Oh, something happened with this one. Remember, we need to figure it out.
Hagamos esto de una vez.
Let's see. Hello, everybody. Hey, Raul Luna here. We're looking to get Facebook Live, so be a little patient here with us. We're gonna go ahead and activate Facebook. So welcome, Ms. Grijalba. Welcome. Welcome YouTube. Welcome everybody. Hey, I'm gonna start in a quick moment here. It's we're gonna be talking about either an oyster or an eagle, and it's a story that I want you to that I suggest for you to pay close attention to. You may agree or disagree with it, and that's absolutely fine. Leave me a message down below. But I'm actually waiting to get here Facebook channel on, as he gave us an error message here. So welcome everybody to Luna Fires, episode 97. Okay, Mr. Jess, welcome, Mr. Jess. Let's see here. Give me a quick moment. We're gonna get Facebook on. All right, give me a quick second. All right, we're on in Facebook. Alrighty. Okay, so anyways, welcome to episode 97, ladies and gentlemen. For the ones that are new to the channel, just know that Luna Fires, it's a daily experiences, moments of illumination, master ninja tips that we get to experience on a daily basis. And basically, we're here to share them live with you so that you can continue to prosper and become, a greater real estate investor. Okay, so anyways, today, I want to talk to you about, being an oyster or being an eagle. And let me give you a little bit of, of a background with a story that I've shared in the past, but probably you heard it, probably you have not. Where when the the Heavenly Father, when God was creating Earth, he decided to create basically the oyster and decided to create the eagle. And interesting enough, in a world where people want to feel entitled, or in a world where people want things to just come easy, pay very close attention, because I've never been a political guy, and I'm not the type of person that I believe that X government or X president or X thing is going to be able to switch the world around, and it's going to give you basically it's going to set your life. At the end of the day, you and I are the only responsible ones. Would you agree with that? Yes or yes? Leave me a message down below. But I want to make a point here, because I think it's important, especially how the creator basically created nature. And in this respect, when God created the oyster, decided that the oyster was gonna it was gonna have all the food that the oyster needed. It was gonna have basically a house that is a shell that the oyster could leave for basically in their own shelter forever. And that God said, I'm going to put you all the way to the bottom of the ocean, where you're not going to be at risk. Basically, you're going to have it all. You're going to have food. You're going to have a shelter. You're basically going to be able to have everything, anything and everything. You're going to have security, protection. You will have it all in your life. Now, the only thing is, you will not be able to go anywhere. You're going to be basically enslaved there. Okay? Now, then God also created the eagle. And to the eagle, he said, basically, I'm going to give you freedom, but nothing more. You're going to have to build your own place, your own home. You're going to have to go and search for food. You're going to have to go, and if you want to leave an extra 40 years after you reach certain level of age, you're going to have to go to the highest point in the mountain and basically literally take everything away from yourself, so that you can be reborn again. So you will have freedom, but you will have to create everything for yourself, because you're not entitled to anything. You're not basically you're not going to have security, but you will have freedom. You will have to create your own security. You're going to have to go and get your own food. You're going to have to basically build your own home. But I'm going to give you sharp eyes that you're going to be able to see from miles and miles away, where you can detect the food that you're going to need. But you're going to have to obviously hustle it and get the food for you and for your kiddos, your little ones. Now, picture this, ladies and gentlemen, because what would you prefer to have? Would you prefer to be the oyster or the eagle? The eagle has it all. Has food, shelter, security, has entitlements, basically, has a place all the way to the bottom of the ocean, but doesn't have freedom. Now, do you prefer freedom or do you prefer, security? Because the reality is this: when I hear and I see the debates of what's happening, the reality is that they're being childish. Would you agree with what I'm actually seeing out there on the debates, from the candidates? The interesting thing is that at the end of the day, I just want you to know one thing: the freedom, you're going to have to create it. Could it be harder under certain presidency? Absolutely, but it's not impossible. Okay. Now, security, you're going to have to create it. You're going to have to create it. Could it be harder, or could it be, to a degree, extra layers of challenges? Yes, with ex presidencies, right? Now, I just want you to understand one thing. You need to define if you prefer to be an oyster or an eagle, because when someone wants everything, just understand, when someone gives you everything, gives you housing, gives you food, gives you health, gives you everything, they also, to a certain degree, own you, because they don't want you to think bigger, because they don't want you to succeed greater, just like the oyster. Now, is a choice. I prefer freedom. I prefer freedom over just security. Now, I would rather have both. And I want to have both. And I work hard to build both. But the reality is this. And this could be from my childhood. I remember telling my dad, when I first learned that he was collecting, I think he was collecting food stamps. He was collecting also Medicare, Medicaid, and also vouchers. I think he was collecting some income vouchers from the government. And even though I was born in San Francisco, I was raised in Mexico. And I'm just very proud of being able to have parents that migrated to America. And that's the reason I was born here. And I remember being mad at my father and telling my dad, I said, "Did we came to America to be to support America, or do we came to America to be a weight of the country?" Because people that want to be a weight for the country, honestly, let's be realistic. If you expect for the government to give you housing, for the government to give you food, I'm not saying that it's not important. I've been in situations when I'm very grateful for it, such as back in 2009, 2010, when I went bankrupt. I was unemployed. I was collecting unemployment. I was going to food banks, getting food, and I had to rely on a little bit that I was able to get. But as soon as I was, hustling back and back in my feet, I discontinued it. Why? Because I said, if I don't need it, I don't need it. Let somebody else get the ones that are at need. But oftentimes, people that are in need, they become so comfortable that they end up just being there for, as a new standard of actually just milking, whatever help there is. Now, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but I'm sharing it because I remember telling my father, and I said, we shouldn't be asking what the country can do for us. We should actually be saying, what can we do for this country, right? So, it's interesting to see, the debates that are happening. And once again, I'm not a political guy. I've never been. And the reason being is because I believe that, I do believe that these elections are completely different than I've ever seen in my entire life. And it will impact drastically. But at the end of the day, what do you value most? Freedom or security? I prefer freedom, because the one that has freedom can actually have its own security if it so wishes. If you got security, if you got the shelter, if you depend everything from the government, if you depend from a check, if you depend from food, if you depend from everything, then, my friend, all I can say is that you will be enslaved. Is the new way of, basically clipping you down so that you don't become free. And I'm not up for that, my friends. Okay, so anyways, leave me a message down below. Hopefully, you understand and got the message. Do you prefer to be an oyster, or do you want to be an eagle? I want to be an eagle. Hopefully you want to be an eagle. If you want to be an eagle, let me know that you want to be an eagle, okay? Hey, thank you very much for being here with me. If you like what you heard, give me a like, leave me a message, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification button, and share this video with others. From our headquarter offices to wherever you are, send you a big virtual hug, and always remember that you're one freaking real estate deal away from changing your financial landscape.